It's Andrew Schatkin show time. Andrew, what's going on? What's our topic for today?
Our topic today is going to be a critique and some comments about what I see as the pluses and minuses of American culture. And the first of all, we claim to be a Christian country. At least some people say that. Maybe so, it may not be. I have my doubts personally, but one part of this country's culture that seems to be the case that people are treated the same. There's no overt class distinctions, but we accept as much as possible. There's people who are biased or prejudiced. We accept most races and religions without objection. Okay, that is the positive part of our culture. But I find a little bit fake aspects of our culture that I don't like. I think we are focused on materialism and money, Neil. I think American culture, I don't think that's Christ. I don't think it's Christian. And those people that adhere to those values, I disagree with them. Okay. As I said, we have no overt class distinction. That's good because I don't believe in classes. I think people should be treated the same and equally. But on the other hand, we sort of, don't you think, we adulate the wealthy. We say they're great. It's Bill Gates that gets, Albert Einstein doesn't get talked about. Some great physicist that is working in some lab doesn't get talked about. So why does Bill Gates get talked about? Just
Exactly.
A lot of money?
Yeah.
Is that making him worthwhile?
That's why he gets talked about, because he has wealth and influence.
Yeah, that gives him power.
Right.
But as I said, that physicist or chemist or thinker in a scientific laboratory who may be finding a cure for cancer, that person to me is of much greater worth than some guy who's a member of a country club making a lot of money.
Exactly.
Sorry, I agree with it.
Definitely.
So another thing that I object to in our culture is this business of celebrities. Who are they?
Exactly.
Who are celebrities, Neil?
Celebrities are people of influence and power that are well known.
But they seem to get their pictures in a lot of places.
People are interested to know what people want to know who they are.
What?
They want to know who they are, Andrew. That's why.
They do. They get featured in a lot of magazines and newspapers, right?
Yes. Yes.
But as you know, does that make that person particularly worthy because he gets his name in the paper?
Not at all.
No, not at all. So as I say, I object as a Christian, and I respect all religions, Islam, Hindu, whatever. It's fine. But for me, these emphases on celebrities and their money and materialism, I don't think it's good. I think it drives people. I think it drives people in their thinking down. They're not thinking completely clearly, and these kind of values are what they emphasize. And let's look at another aspect of American culture that might be good, but then again, it might not be so good. And that is equality, the passion for everybody being equal, or you might say egalitarianism, right?
Correct.
Do you believe that's valid?
Yeah. No, I mean,
do you believe everybody's equal?
Everyone is not equal.
They're equal in the political, and they have one man, one vote. Okay, that is what brings about political equality. We have a system. Look, I'm all for democracy.
Right.
I'm all for one man, one vote, because it's the only way we can function. Otherwise, we end up with the Lenins, the Stalins, the Hitlers, and the Pol Pots.
Exactly.
And that's what happens when a totalitarian system, which is where power is not distributed among the voting electorate. That's what happens, right?
Exactly. It's just
Those
happens.
people get power,
right?
If they can.
Correct.
Do you believe that in the American system, Neil, that kind of person, the Hitler, the Stalin, the Pol Pot, the Lenin, do you think they could get power in this country?
Yes.
But it hadn't happened thus far.
It could.
You think it could?
Yes.
Well, do you believe that one basis for these people getting power is the dumbing down of our educational system, where people aren't able to make critical judgments? Couldn't that result in that?
Yes, it could.
Yeah. So that's what. How do you feel? How do you feel about the lack of critical thinking in this country? The lack of thought in general. The lack of thought.
So if you, again, that's your interpretation of lack of critical thinking. It's maybe the type of critical thinking you want people to think.
It could be. You know, I'm not saying no, but I'm able. I take the position that I will listen to. I don't object to a person being a communist. By the way, there were a lot. I want to say something, Neil. There were a lot of communists in this country in the past.
Yes.
In the 30s and 20s. A lot. Quite a few. I think they had a hard time when McCarthy got power. But before that, a lot of Hollywood people, a lot of writers, a lot of artists, all kinds of people were communists, weren't they?
Yes.
In the academic group, a lot of people were communists, right?
Correct.
You know, so I have no problem with those people, you know, but so I don't object to different points of view. But let me end this by saying that egalitarianism is a good thing and quality because it enables us, our society, to include all kinds of people and all kinds of points of view. That's fine. But where I don't like about it, you know, egalitarianism, it drives down our educational system and our thought system, where everybody is the same. It isn't true. I'm not Einstein.
Right.
Do you think, let me put it this way, do you think of Einstein, in this country, you know the culture in the United States. Do you think Einstein, he's not alive now, but if he walked down the street somewhere, do you think anybody would pay attention to him?
No.
And do you think those sorts of people, thinkers, scientists, think they get much, really, they don't get any respect?
They don't.
How do you explain that? Why should some celebrity with a lot of money belonging to a country club get respect? Why doesn't an Einstein or Jonas Salk get me?
I don't know. I mean, it's just based on what they think is important, I guess.
But do you believe that those people are not respected?
They're very respected because they're very educated and very talented.
But the society does not accord them great attention.
No, they don't.
The average person, if they're going to think of somebody, they're going to think about a wealthy guy like Bill Gates, right? If they're going to think about somebody, if they're going to give someone some worth, that's who they're going to think about, right?
Yes.
In our culture, right?
Correct.
Isn't that true? Are they going to think about a chemist who finds or scientist who finds a cure for some disease? They can think about that person?
No.
Well, I object to that, and I don't think it's good. I've given the ideas of what I think is good in our culture and bad. And the main failing in American culture is the emphasis, overwhelming emphasis on materialism.
Yes.
That is what people value and respect. It is really.
It definitely is.
Huh?
It definitely is. All right. So ShatkinShow.com, Andrew, the culture, how we respect people in our culture is wrong.
Respect. I told you who we respect. We respect the people in the country clubs and the gates. That's, if you get down with people with the nice clothes, the people who look good, the people who are well fixed, those are the people our society respects. I don't respect them.
Okay, so ShatkinShow.com for more information, Andrew, and take care.
Okay.
All right, guys, that was Andrew Schatkin Show. Take care.